Welcome back to the channel. It is currently sometime past 9 o'clock in the evening on Monday the 6th of September. We finished work and then watched All Out, the AEW pay-per-view.
Literally finished work and then started watching the
We watched All Out, so that we could...
Go all out or go home, right?
Exactly.
Go all out or go to WWE. Ooh!
So we did that so that we could get some time to record this so that we can get it to you as soon as possible. I know, like, it's a bit late in a way, but I mean, for anyone who lives in the UK and has work, I mean, come and watch us because we're in the same position. And you know, you won't have to worry about spoilers because we don't drop it straight away, so that you have to wake up and see it as soon as you see
like our friend
media.
Craig. He unfortunately got spoilers after waking up from work, going on YouTube for a little browse, and I think he said he saw 6 videos with different spoilers on them. I'm just like, really?
Yeah, we've basically, both of us have avoided all social media all
I've avoided
day.
all internet as best I could. It was so difficult.
It's tricky. But we're here now to give you our reactions to the All Out pay-per-view from AEW. And, I mean, first impressions. What a pay-per-view.
I'm exhausted, but in a good way.
I mean, it was amazing.
Damn.
There was so many matches that could have been main events that, I mean, this video might go on a bit long because there's so much to talk about.
Take my glasses off. I don't need these anymore.
Don't need your glasses. You're good. Rest your eyes. Don't rest the rest of you. Just your eyes.
Rags is sauntering off into the other room because he's fed up of us cheering and so forth.
So, we'll start off with the first match, which was on the buy-in, which was Jurassic
Jurassic
Express plus Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor, and Wheeler Yuta. So Jurassic Friends to me versus the Hardy Family Office. Who is it all together? Matt Hardy, Private Party, and TH2, the Hybrid 2. I mean, it was good. Considering it was on the buy-in, it was a good show.
Yeah, for a free match.
The crowd were into it from the start, which is quite rare for buy-in matches because you've usually got people still filing in. But I guess it's such a big one to put on the buy-in that more people were turning up early, so they made sure they didn't miss it. Supposedly. So some key things from this match that I've noted down: the submission daisy chain.
Yeah, that was.
I don't even know how it started, but you had someone put a submission on someone, so someone else comes in and puts a submission on that person to try and get them to release, and then someone came in and put a submission on them, and it just chained for, I think they're probably, was it everyone?
I think it was
I think it's about six
people.
Yeah,
I think
think
if you had any more, it would have just been the entire ring in a big circle.
And then Luchasaurus dives into it to break everyone up at the same time.
Yeah.
So that was good stuff. I also wrote down Marq Quin screams like a girl. Because he does.
He does that really high-pitched scream.
Luchasaurus tossed him in
Did I
move.
rephrase that?
Through him. Dirty. And he just lets his high-pitched scream out that is probably higher than many girls. Hey, Rags is here! Rags enjoyed too.
To be fair, like, Luchasaurus kicked so much ass in that match.
It was so good.
He just had a super strong showing against everyone.
Other things that were awesome. Orange Cassidy, one of my favourites probably, did his classic hands in the pockets. So everyone sort of cheers as he puts his hands in his pockets. And then he pulls off some amazing big moves. Yeah. I think was it Hurricane Rana he did?
He did, yeah.
And he landed on his...
Rana, and he did one on 2 guys as well.
He landed on his feet.
Nearly, yeah. He nearly did.
He had, on the Hurricane Rana, the first move, his feet were on the ground, he'd leaned back but managed to pull himself up before.
Okay. I'm just thinking of a different move.
Orange Cassidy, man. He puts on that lazy persona, but when he tries...
yeah, damn, he can go.
He can go, even with his hands in his pockets. So it was, great match. Lots of action. Everyone got to fight everyone.
Yeah,
in various...
I don't think there was any slow parts. It was quite
it was full
constant
on the whole way.
For like a good 15 15, maybe close to 20 minutes.
Yeah, and it ends with Jungle Boy making Angelico tap out in the snare trap, signature finisher.
Yeah.
Hello.
One thing that still irks me a little bit with Jungle Boy and the Jurassic Express is that when they're coming out, they're still using that Jungle Boy theme song.
Yeah, it's a good music to get the crowd going, but I think you said it doesn't really suit, like, it doesn't suit Luchasaurus.
Yeah, like, even on the screen, it's not Jurassic Express, it's Jungle Boy.
Yeah.
It's his on-screen video. WWE call them Titantrons. I'm not quite sure what AEW calls them, but that's his version of the entrance. So where does Luchasaurus come into this? Like, if Lucha comes out on his own, is he going to start using Jungle Boy's theme?
Yeah.
I just feel it's a bit
a little bit
odd.
Like they've possibly gone more for getting the crowd's reaction rather
I feel like Judas.
Team's identity. I do like that Marco Stunt did get some action in this match.
Oh god, yeah.
Even though he hasn't been in a match for a while.
Not that we've seen. We haven't caught up fully with Dark yet, though.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if there's a reason for him not doing it, or if it's just because Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus are more sought after at the moment.
I think that would be the case regardless.
Yeah, but he did get some...
Not to sort of bitch on Marco Stunt or put him down or anything.
He's good, but he's not Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy.
No.
But yeah, you did get to do some good old flippy stuff off Luchasaurus' shoulders to take out some interference from the outside.
Yep.
Yeah, so...
No, it was a good show.
Good match.
Obviously, after the match then, the big brawl starts occurring.
Yeah, the Butcher.
Comes the Butcher. The Butcher's been out for pretty much 7 months. So he had an injury of some sort. I don't recall what he had was wrong with him. But he comes in, starts kicking ass. And I've always said I like the Butcher and the Blade. I like the team. So it's a shame that Blade didn't really get used as much when Butcher was still out.
But now he's back.
Yeah.
So hopefully the team will be showing up
Hamley
more.
Hardy Family Office now has another big bad boy to their roster again.
So they were targeting Orange Cassidy with the shears.
Yes. So the Brutus the Barber Beefcake stunt going on here.
I wrote down lots of people came to his rescue because I lost count of how many people, because they were all from different teams, just all rushing out to his aid. But you suggested maybe it's leaning towards a hair versus hair match.
Maybe Angelico or Jack Evans against Orange Cassidy. Or maybe Hardy just steps up in it, because obviously they've had that rivalry going. So Hardy's got his semi-long hair.
Yeah.
It's a good length to it. So what if they put their hair on the line in a hair versus hair match? We haven't seen one of those in AEW since its inception.
Really?
Oh, Rags is on Leanne's notes.
Well, you'll have to take over now.
Looking for fuss. Oh, Rags. No, you can do this. You got this. One thing that we did notice on the pre-show and throughout the entire card as well was that the ring mics were set up perfectly.
Yeah.
That ring sounded superb.
Some good thumps.
Yeah, someone go, wow.
Whoa, you saw that.
Look how vicious this little thing is.
It's time to go.
Come on.
Come on. Go. Go off.
Whoa. He doesn't like being picked up, that's all it is. So people getting slammed on the mat, and that echo was superb. I love that. I thought it was fantastic.
It really it's more immersive when you've got good mic in the ring.
Yeah.
Good stuff. All right.
Okay.
On to the main show.
Yeah. Where
we started with Miro versus Eddie Kingston.
Yep.
For the TNT Championship. I wrote down notes. I didn't write what they were fighting for.
She's cheating.
The ref didn't see it. Doesn't count.
I am the ref.
You're not in black and white. Rags is. He didn't see anything.
I'm in black and I am white. That counts.
Does not.
Let us know in the comments if you think it counts. I count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Counts.
I won?
No. Carry on.
Miro versus Kingston. I think good match. It was definitely two big men beating each other up for most
it pretty much did what it said on the tin.
Yeah.
You weren't expecting
this is what we came for.
Quick sidebar, we didn't do the... Yeah, so for the buy-in match, Leanne had the...
Jurassic Friends.
Thingy correct. I predicted Oh, wow.
Hamley's, the toy shop.
Hardy Family Office to win. Obviously, I was wrong on that. Is what it is.
One for me. Miro versus Kingston. Oh, Rags is back.
You sit there
He's
and
fine.
be good.
He'll be okay.
Yeah, as long as he sits there, he's fine.
Yeah, so Miro and Kingston beat each other up.
Yeah.
There was good moments when Kingston tried to lift Miro to do backdrops, and you were just thinking, nah, Miro's not going to let him pick him up. And he did.
Slam, yeah. It was like a side suplex, I think, if I remember rightly.
Yeah, I think later on he got some backdrops. Rags on my notes again.
Oh, Rags.
This is fine.
You've just been... Oh, he's looking at the movement on the screen.
Oh, is that interesting? Yeah, so Kingston definitely put up a real good fight in this
Yeah.
one.
I figured that Kingston would go in, get a couple of shots in, and then Miro would just beat the hell out of him. I'm really glad that they let Kingston have a bit more. I mean, I said they obviously Miro and Kingston did the match together. I really like Eddie Kingston. I didn't particularly care for him when he first joined the company.
No, he's good.
But he's quite, I don't know what it is about him, but he's quite endearing.
He seems so genuine, I think, for me. He's a real human, and he's got that. He brings across emotion in a way that doesn't feel forced or scripted.
Yeah, in terms of the look as well, he's quite relatable. He's not this chiseled, like, I've got muscles upon muscles.
Not like Miro.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a belly to him, and he can still go, and he can still match these guys in the ring.
Yeah,
and
because he's nuts.
He's fantastic. I absolutely love him. He's becoming one of my, I think, probably top 10.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think so.
Cute.
You know, which is pretty cool.
There's some interesting spots in this match involving the ref. Rags is sat on my notes, so I don't know the exact thing. I can't remember who ripped the turnbuckle pad off to start with.
Oh, God,
I think it was Kingston had it.
I think, Miro
was wrenching him, so he ended up pulling it off.
Yeah.
So then the ref tries to sort it out and put it back, because obviously it's a danger having an exposed turnbuckle, because it's literally just metal rings.
It's a metal
holding
clamp.
the ropes, which are steel cables, we've been told many times.
Steel cables wrapped with like insulation stuff to make it look like ropes.
So he's trying to sort that out, and sorry, moving Rags' tail. Kingston manages to pin Miro, but the ref's not there to count it because he's trying to sort turnbuckle pad. So obviously Miro kicks out before the ref can get to 3, even though it would have been enough. So the lovely crowds chanting, "You effed up." In full at the ref.
Like the ref's getting really knocked over it.
Yeah.
I think it was Bryce, wasn't it?
I think so.
I think it was Bryce.
And then something else is happening to distract the ref.
I think Miro's kind of trying to do something.
Yeah.
Or he's trying to force Kingston into it, and the ref's like, no! Because he goes to ram him in. And I think the ref kind of gets in front of the turnbuckle.
Yes.
And he's like, no!
So then you can't see Miro low blow.
Yeah.
Just
this
like
is like a
kick.
mule kick.
Yeah. And then he wins.
Yeah, he hits him with that pump
Kicks
kick.
into the face,
Yeah, he hits him with that massive pump kick.
Kicks him in the face.
We kind of low blows, and Eddie's just like, oh, and he bounces off the ropes a couple of times and hits him with a kick.
And that's going to put anyone down for at least a 3 count.
Miro's solid. Hello.
Yeah, so I mean...
Oh, Rags. What are you doing?
He's just getting in the way.
Well, you're not to free now, so that's something.
Yay.
There we go.
Yeah,
you sit there. Let me move this here on camera. There we go. Well, my drink's in the way, but let me move my drink.
Fine.
There we go.
Aww.
This video's been completely derailed by Cat.
This is fine. You don't mind seeing Rags, do you? Let us know in the comments. No, you don't have to. Unless you want to. So, altogether, it was a good match.
Good opening match, yeah, definitely. The crowd were really behind it.
Yes, they were.
I really liked that the crowd was so into it, and the Eddie chants was so loud.
Yeah.
And like, again, I hate having to do this every time, but WWE are still, even though they're in front of live crowds, they're still piping in crowd chants.
Yeah.
And it's just stop.
You don't need to. You've got a full crowd.
Yeah, you don't need to, but then Vince wants control over everything that happens. So if they want someone pushed, they'll pipe in cheers.
Yeah.
You know, if they want to... And I hate that. Just let it go naturally. Mm-hmm. You know?
That's how you build good stories, is to go with what the crowd want.
If they had piped in boos when Stone Cold Steve Austin was making his weird turn, which wasn't even a turn, Stone Cold Steve Austin wouldn't have been as big as he was now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, agreed.
And that whole thing wouldn't have happened. The Attitude Era probably would have happened, but in a very different way.
Yeah.
Would they have beaten Monday Nitro? Would they have beaten WCW in the wrong one? Who knows? But I feel that you need to let the fans have their say.
Yeah.
You know?
That's how you keep them.
Yeah.
That's how you keep the fans.
Yeah. Well, like, you didn't see them bleeping out the chants, the ref effed up. You know, you didn't see that bleeping out. WWE
You
would have.
embraced it.
Yeah.
It's great.
Even like the commentators, I think, said sorry about the coarse language there. That happened a few times over the night.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, both Miro and Kingston got to showcase themselves in this match. And
Eddie still looked strong as well, I think.
Yeah.
Even though he lost, it was via underhanded tactics. I think Eddie still comes out looking strong.
yeah, definitely. And that just makes such a difference in this kind of match. You don't want Kingston ending up looking weak because we know he's not weak.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So it leaves things open for where they could go in future with
potentially
the
down the line, yeah. I probably wouldn't want to see another match so soon.
No.
But maybe a rematch of Full Gear. That's in 2 months' time.
Yeah, that might be a good.
That'd be pretty
nice,
cool.
You can do some build up for that. And
Just Eddie Kingston goes off to his
promos.
own thing, Miro does his own thing, and then Eddie Kingston back and just attacks Miro. Hey, bitch, remember me?
yeah.
You know? Something like that.
Yeah.
Make it like a no holds barred or no disqualifications or whatever. You know, or
Could have
street
some good
fight.
stuff.
Yeah. But yeah.
Nice. Then next match was Jon Moxley versus Satoshi Kojima. So we mentioned in the predictions video, which if you haven't watched it, we'll have already put a card up at some point.
Yeah.
So go and check it out. We don't know much about Kojima. We haven't seen any of the
I've
stuff,
seen,
really.
and we were talking with our friend Craig. Shout out to Craig again.
Hi.
That I've seen some New Japan Pro Wrestling stuff, but I've not seen anything with Kojima. Unfortunately, after seeing this match, I want to see more of Kojima. I know a bunch of other guys, but I didn't know who this was.
Yeah, but I mean, even just from when his music hit, you could hear the crowd excited, and you're like, okay, this guy's gonna be
He's
good.
established, and they come out, and he's like 5-time world champion. I think he was 7 or 9-time tag team champ. And he's a chunky boy.
Yeah.
Like, in a good way. It's like, ooh, he's got some good sort of size to him.
Yeah, he's not like the type of Miro sort of bulging muscles, but he's well built and
he's got a frame. I think it's his frame, and he carries it well. Yeah. And then you see Moxley next to him, and Moxley almost looks small.
Yeah.
And Moxley's not a small guy.
Oh, I did really enjoy this match.
Yeah, same.
I've written down here that Kojima is the king of the receipt. There were a few times where it was just returning like for like.
Yeah, trading blows.
So to start with, Kojima offers his hand for a handshake. Moxley just
shrugs it off.
Shrugs it off. So Kojima responds by slapping him in the face, as you do.
That was a good paintbrush.
That even Moxley, quite often, one of his tactics is to bite because he's nuts, and that's one way to win. As soon as he bites, Kojima bites him back.
Yeah.
It was just stuff like that all the way through, where it's like, you did this thing that was disrespectful.
Yeah.
You get exactly the same back.
He's mentioning. Yeah.
It was like, I really enjoyed that because it was clear that's what was happening. And usually with receipts, it's sort of one thing happens, one receipt, and then that's it. But this was just repeated.
Constant,
so it was sort of like he was schooling him a bit and just trying to put him back in his place.
And there was plenty of good back and forth as well. It wasn't just Mox is dominant or Kojima's dominant and then the finish. It was a lot of good sort of...
Yeah.
Probably about 50-50.
It was really balanced. And again, showcasing both guys, they had a fairly similar style, but their own spin on things.
Yeah, I think Kojima's probably more of the wrestling style as opposed to Moxley, and Moxley more of the brawler.
Yeah.
Good colour on this one, inadvertently.
Yeah.
So, again, shout out to Craig for when we were talking about him going through the event as well. Moxley had a scab on his elbow when he was entering the ring, and it got torn off, and it bled quite a lot, to be fair. For anyone who doesn't follow, I don't particularly care for GCW. It's not my kind of thing. If it is your kind of thing, I mean, no disrespect at all. It's just not my kind of thing.
Not for everyone.
But Matt Cardona, the former Zack Ryder, was the current the current GCW champion on it's either Friday night or Saturday night. I can't remember what day it was. And there were druids in the ring. They had like a war game set up with the 2 rings in the cage. This druid stood there, and Cardona's like, I'm issuing an open challenge because he was the champion. and this druid just hits a paradigm shift, and everyone just hits the roof. And even the commentators are just effing and blinding left, right, and centre. And it's like, okay, I've never seen commentary like that before.
Well.
But yeah, so Moxley slams into a couple of light tubes, I think with another paradigm shift, pins him, and Moxley's the GCW champion. Chances are he cut his elbow open during some of those things.
Yeah.
And that's where it's come from. But that bled like a stuck
It
pig.
did.
My God. Like, massive red streak down his arm by the time he was done with it.
Mm-hmm. You can take it.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Yeah, and talk about paradigm shifts. Moxley hit 2 and 1. I think it was two
in
in a row. I think it was
he hit
3
one.
overall, wasn't
yeah,
it?
because he hit one, and I think he rolled out, or he's on the ropes. I can't remember the exact specifics now. He's like 4 hours ago, 5 hours ago. But yeah, he got frustrated. So he's like, right, you want to kick up my paradigm shift? Slam, here we go. Slam, there's another one.
Yeah.
Pins him. And obviously wins the match.
Yeah, it's a believable win, that
I
one.
did the respect from Mox at the end as well, because he obviously disrespected Kojima at the beginning.
Yes.
And he's sort of at the end of the match, Kojima's laying there, and he kind of did the sort of bow thing, and I thought that was really nice.
Yeah,
you know,
it was, the respect was, you've earned respect, potentially, for putting up such a good fight, because he did.
Yeah. And then, so Kojima's there, and he's laying on the ground, and he must have rolled out at this point, and then Mox's music's playing, and he's like, pandering to the fans. And then some other music hits.
Yeah.
And it's music, I was like, wait, hang on, I know, who the hell is this? I know this. And it says, The King, Minoru Suzuki, and everyone in the arena just literally is like losing their minds, and I'm just like, no freaking way, no way have they got Suzuki to appear at All Out. And anyone who knows, again, I've seen some New Japan Wrestling stuff, and Suzuki is one of the guys I have seen. He is just crazy, and he's like a little pit bull, but he's so quick, and he's savage. And after a good sort of like maybe, 30 seconds, 40 seconds of just teasing, and JR's like, oh, is this who I think it is? And it's got Minoru Suzuki written on the screen. It's like, come on, JR, okay.
He might not have been able to see the screen.
To be fair,
from
I love
position.
JR again. I love JR to bits. You know, he's fantastic. I've been watching him since I was like a kid, because that's again 25 years. I think I've been watching this film. That's when he was doing commentary. You know, for WWF at the time. And I've seen old WCW stuff with him, and he's fantastic. He's literally still one of the best in the business. He gets some things wrong, so be it. Everyone does. Human error. Deal with it. You know, but. Yeah, Suzuki turns up, and then the crowd's going bonkers, and he gets in the ring, and he starts elbow shot, and Moxie's giving him one back, and they're going back and forth, and then Suzuki just starts beating the crap out of him. And he hit him with like a GOT-style pile driver as well, which looked brutal.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I don't think I've seen any New Japan wrestling,
We have to change
so I
that,
don't know about Minoru Suzuki, but from what I've seen and what I've heard from Alan, I'm really looking forward to seeing where they go with this, because I think they've got a match on.
Yeah, so much later down the card of All In, they did announce that Jon Moxley is in his hometown with Dynamite this Wednesday. Minoru Suzuki versus Jon Moxley in his hometown.
So I'm looking forward to that one.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's going to be good.
Oh. Next, all we need now is Lance Archer versus Tanahashi. Boom. Make it happen. Make it rain.
Yeah. Really good stuff.
Bring in the Rainmaker.
All the rain puns.
Well, that's Tanahashi's gimmick.
Analogies.
Oh, wait. I might think of Okada. I'm like, I'm going to get my mixed up. Anyway, carry on.
Okay. So.
It's a bit late, so I'm frazzled.
It's all good. It's been a long day. Next match. Britt Baker. Sorry, Dr. Britt Baker.
Dr. Britt Baker. D.M.D.
I got it right this time.
Hey!
Versus Kris Statlander.
Boop.
Oh, thank you. Boop. Boop. Boop.
Oh, yeah. Boop. Yeah.
You might not
have
have seen
it.
that past
He
the
allowed
iPad,
it.
but he let us boop him. So this was a good match again. There was some moments where it felt like things got a little bit off. So a couple of small mistakes.
See, I'm wondering if that wasn't part of it.
Yeah.
Like, in my notes I've got the strength of Statlander deadlifting after the suplex fail.
Yeah.
What if that was part of it? What if it didn't fail? What if it was meant to look like it? And then, because Britt Baker's on the top, and it looks like Kris Statlander's trying to suplex her back into the ring, and Britt Baker looks like she slips. And Statlander's just got to hang in there, and it's just like...
Yeah.
What a beast, you know? And she deadlifts her straight in.
She's so strong.
It's like, what the hell?
Those alien powers.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be allowed. Damn it.
I think there was somewhere else where there seemed to be...
There did seem to be a couple of...
Was it? Oh, I can't remember what it was. I think it was a stomp. I think Britt Baker tried to stomp Statlander, and Statlander didn't react at all.
Yeah.
And that felt like that was something missed.
Miscommunication, maybe.
But even though there were a couple of possibly two kind of mistakes, it was still a
It didn't really
match.
detract from the match.
No, they recovered well from it. They didn't let it phase them.
Yeah,
and they
again,
kept on
that's
going.
professionals. You know, Kris Statlander, I'm not sure how long she's been in the business, but she's really making headway.
She's so good. I do love her character.
She's
And I
getting
love Britt Baker's character as well. She's
I used to hate
such a good
Britt
heel.
Baker, but the moxie and the gumption that she's shown this last year, my God.
I'm glad they haven't been doing the waiting room thing. That sort of grated
Well, it was
on
on
me a
Dark,
bit.
really, wasn't it? We haven't put up that, but I think they
true.
did stop that after a while.
I think it was mostly Reba or Rebel's laugh.
It's like
that
that. I'm not even going to try and imitate that thing.
The horrible
God.
laugh. Ugh. Possibly more grating than Bunny's laugh. I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's because that's more in the forefront. It's right in the microphone now.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway.
But yeah, great match. Again, showcasing both of their skills. Britt Baker was trying to get the lockjaw in right from the start. She was not going to take any chances.
She tried getting it like 2 or 3 times quite early on.
Before she even had a sparkly glove on.
Yeah.
It's so sparkly.
She did hit that Panama sunrise, or the Pittsburgh sunrise as they call it. I took that as a teaser for Adam Cole, because that's one of his moves. Yeah, I mean, obviously, there's no. I think I mentioned it on the prediction video that Adam Cole's contract is expired, and he might be leaving WWE or NXT, might be going to the WWE roster. I don't know, but I felt like that was a bit of a tease almost, and it's like, okay, what's going on here, you know?
Rex has changed what notes open on you.
How has he done that?
I think his paw was down here.
Okay.
Rex is trying to make us talk about other things.
But yeah, so as I said, she hit the Pittsburgh Sunrise, she hit a stomp, an actual proper full-on stomp, hit the lockjaw on.
Yep.
Game over. Thanks for coming, Kris Statlander.
There was a great moment when Statlander had got out of the ring and didn't look like she was going to get up. Orange Cassidy is out at ringside supporting.
Oh, yeah.
And the most energy I have ever seen.
I think they were like up to 8 or 7 or 8, something like that.
And he just yells, "Statlander, get up!"
Yeah. It's like,
glasses off, red in the face, just full on yelling.
And she's just like, dives in the ring and just starts this offensive flurry. This like,
if anything's gonna get you back on your feet, it's gonna be someone like Orange Cassidy actually putting that much effort into getting you up.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah. Yeah. Kidding.
So then we went into a bit of a backstage look with
Andrade El
Idolo and his chums, because he was meant to be fighting Pac.
Yes, correct.
And Pac couldn't make it because of travel difficulties, which had been announced in advance.
Yeah, and maybe it was true. Maybe they just had a lot of flights cancelled. I don't know.
Because obviously there's a lot of
this
stuff
didn't
still
lead
happening in America. So.
Yeah, and this didn't lead exactly where I thought it was going to lead.
No.
In our predictions video.
No, it didn't. So Andrade's being interviewed, and they basically ask him flat out, "Did you cancel Pac's flight?" And he's like, "I didn't cancel Pac's flight." Turns to, I forget the first guy's name.
Yeah, I can't remember.
One of his lackeys.
Yeah.
I didn't cancel his flight. And then he turns to Chavo.
And Chavo's like,
"Well, I don't even have American Airlines phone number, if he even flew with American Airlines. So I've just written in my notes, Chavo cancelled the flight. Because...
like, fair play, Chavo has still got some brilliant delivery. Fair play to him.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a quick little side thing.
Yeah, it was good. It kind of broke up a lot of the action. He had that little bit of a chuckle over that.
Yeah, it didn't really lead to anything.
Well, they kind of led in saying that he's going to beat up Pac on Rampage when he fights him on Friday night.
Yeah.
So
that'll be fun. We can watch that.
Yeah.
And then we went into the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros in a steel cage.
For the All Elite Wrestling Tag Team Championships.
It was definitely an anticipated match.
So, let's start off with the entrances first.
Yes.
Because that Lucha Bros entrance was pretty cool.
The Lucha Bros had live music. I don't know the musicians that were there, but I imagine the ones.
It flashed one of the name up quickly, but
someone big, but it's not our music tastes, so we don't know the names of people.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. It was it was
and
great.
Those extravagant headpieces they had on.
Oh, the headpieces. So obviously they've got the masks as lucha wrestlers, and then these massive feathered headpieces. The feathers were huge.
It's quite almost Indian-like.
Yeah, kind of. But I guess like South American.
Yeah.
Because it's obviously Central America, getting the influences. I don't know if it's part of the culture in Mexico with feathered headdresses from some point.
I have no idea.
Whatever. They were gorgeous. And I've written down show-stopping headdresses because I gasped when I saw them. They were just like, oh, it's beautiful. I want one. It was really
and I think
nice.
as they were jumping into the cage, I think the first thing I said to you, wasn't it, was, let's take a bet now. Who's going to jump off the cage first?
Yeah.
I paused and you were like, oh, I was going to say.
I was going to say just one.
The only thing literally I have in my notes is don't blink.
I know. I've written quite a few bits.
Go for it. Take it away.
Just going to run through. Okay. Synchronized wrestling.
Yeah.
I think synchronized wrestling should be its own kind of match where you earn points for being in sync. These guys, obviously two of the best tag teams in the world.
Without a doubt.
And they are so in sync with their teams and with each other that they were just like trading the same moves in perfect synchronization.
If I remember right from the
quite a
commentary,
while.
this is the 9th time they fought each other.
Yeah, so they know each other. They know sort of how they work. It was beautiful, I'm gonna say, because it was just perfectly synchronized for quite a while. It's lovely. I've written, this will be used as a training video for new tag teams to strive towards. And I'm not joking. I mean, it was flawless, and it was sort of you had all the double team moves and sort of diving in to help each other, but in a way that was creative. It wasn't the same all just
fall
jump
on them
and and working sort of in different sort of settings with each other, different heights, different types of wrestling, different moves. It would be, I mean, if I was gonna get into tag team wrestling, that's what I would watch.
That's the level you strive for.
Yeah.
There's the reason they're called two of the best tag teams in the world.
It was just...
You watch this match and
awesome.
you see why.
I really liked the way that Penta does sling blades.
Oh god, yeah.
He doesn't just like grab the neck and swing through. He there's a little bit of a flourish in there.
Yeah, it's a bit of flair.
Yeah. It's good stuff. I did write, and this isn't necessarily about this match, it's sort of an in general thing. One of the things that I have a bit of a sort of gets on my nerves a bit in AEW is how many people do the throat slit.
Yeah.
This is the end, this is my final move and then I'm going to win thing. And it's better that it doesn't always mean that it's going to be the end of the match, but it's happening like every other match. It feels like it's happening a lot. I think maybe it's being overdone.
They're following Kenny, see? He's a trendsetter.
Yeah, this is the thing. So that's just one. I know it happened once in this match.
Yeah.
And it just sort of reminded me.
I remember it happening twice in the entire event.
Yeah, I think it's twice in this. I think on...
It was in Kenny's match. When he went for the
that's Kenny, so he's allowed.
Yeah.
I think in sort of in Dynamite and in Dark and that, especially I think the newer wrestlers, I think they see the big wrestlers do it, and it's one of the things they try and take on.
A lot of them probably grown up watching Kenny or The Undertaker or Kane. And they obviously, with The Undertaker, the rest in peace kind of thing, and Kane was the same.
But I feel like it should be reserved for special matches or special wrestlers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But that's just a
agree
little
with that.
thing. Alright, partway through the match, the Young Bucks signal to Cutler on the outside, who's been filming, presumably for Be the Elite. And he has a little gym bag kind of thing.
Yeah, I think like a gym bag.
And he sort of takes a bit of a run up the ramp and then lobs it over the cage into the ring.
Straight into the arms of Matt Jackson.
I know. I was just thinking, it'd be so funny if he misses.
Or he got stuck on the top.
Yeah. What they do.
Like, but that throw, fair play, Brandon Cutler.
Awesome.
And Matt Jackson for catching the damn thing. My God. That was a thing of beauty. That reminded me of the days with the ring announcer would throw beers to Stone Cold. And that guy was on point.
He had to be, or he'd probably get
Stunned.
And talking about things of beauty, inside this gym bag is one Nike trainer, like high top, fancy, expensive type one, and on the bottom, thumbtacks.
There must have been like a few dozen thumbtacks on there.
Covered
Easily.
in thumbtacks. So, who was it who put it on? Matt.
Who's Matt?
Sorry, I do get him mixed up.
I still do sometimes.
So he takes off one of his shoes.
This guy.
That one.
That one.
And puts on this other one. And then he goes to kick Rey Fenix in the head with it. Penta dives in. Take me instead kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll take the bullet.
And they do. They kick him in the head with it. And this is where the blood starts.
I think he was bleeding before that, man.
I think he was bleeding a bit, but this
not
really,
yeah. This became like a torrent.
It was like,
my God.
You could see his face through like the eye holes in the mask.
If anyone has seen The Shining, where the doors open on the elevator, it's kind of similar to that. Yeah.
He was covered, and then because he was
forgot
covered,
about ripping the masks as well.
They did rip their masks
before that,
and that is a big no-no for lucha wrestlers.
So establishing
them as heels. Yeah. We knew the Bucks were heels.
Oh, yeah.
They got Nikes covered in thumbtacks, for goodness sake. So yeah, the thumbtack shoe comes into play quite a lot. A lot of blood is spread around everyone.
Couple of kicks.
So much so that it got even harder to tell the Young Bucks apart because the hair colours turned the same.
One thing you did miss is the new facial hair colour by Nick.
It didn't look
and
good.
The hair colour.
He's got, I guess he's going for the
Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
So the blonde, and then everything else is black.
But the blonde isn't quite blonde, so it just looked like he'd shaved these bits.
Yeah.
And it looked so weird.
And he's kind of got a little almost like ginger colour in his hair now.
Yeah.
Looks like they tried bleaching it and it didn't quite work.
Strawberry blonde kind of look, I think.
But fair play, he rocked it. He was like, screw this, whatever.
I'm sure I'll get used to it. Bit weird, but yeah, then that was all the same colour again. So what was the point?
Yeah, it was all red.
We had a great comeback from Rey Fenix. It looked like it was all over, and then suddenly he's just whizzing around the place again, like a maniac.
It's like a Mexican jumping bean.
He does from the top of the cage, crossbody onto all three of them, including Penta. But,
Penta, yeah.
I mean, Penta was there to hold.
Yeah, he was holding the Bucks there.
He knew he
was
going
the
to take it.
sacrificial lamb. Yeah.
And then I don't know what move it was, but they did do a double team move on.
It was almost like some
Bucks
sort of
finish.
weird jumping pile driver.
Yeah, because I think Phoenix had the legs and.
No, other way around.
Oh.
I think Phoenix had the legs with like almost like a pedigree hook.
Yeah, so one had the legs and one had the head.
And then Penta sort of grabbed him up and spiked him.
And then they did it.
They did it.
Won.
They did it.
They won. They beat the Young Bucks. The Lucha Brothers are
they absolutely
the
deserve
tag
that.
team champions.
They deserve that.
100%. They did. It was an incredible match. I think one I would not be averse to watching again.
Yeah.
Because there was just so much happening. Like you said,
Don't blink.
Don't blink. It was amazing. And then at the end, Penta's family come out from the crowd.
Yeah,
like,
the
in
cage.
tears.
The cage kind of lifts up, and he's doing this, and I'm like, he's signaling to someone. What's going on? You know, is there something wrong? And then he jumps out the ring, and this little girl runs up and starts hugging him. And it's like, oh, it's his daughter.
So it's clearly like so worried because there's been so much blood that they must have been terrified, especially the young one.
And then I'm assuming it's his wife and his another eldest daughter, maybe.
I assume so.
But then the referees and the one of the security guards usher him to the back.
Yeah, so they can make sure he's okay. Because obviously he needed to get checked out.
Oh yeah, that was a lot of
checked
blood.
out and cleaned up, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was that match was so good. I really, really, really enjoyed it. I was on the edge of my seat for the whole time.
Yeah. Okay.
Next.
So what we got next?
Casino Battle
Royale.
So the winner of this match was going to have a championship shot against the winner of Britt Baker and Kris Statlander. So Britt Baker.
Yeah.
So it's quite a long one, obviously, as you'd expect with Casino Battle Royale matches. How many people was it altogether? 21.
So the way it works is it's a Casino Battle Royale. So if you think of a pack of cards, you've got clubs, diamonds, hearts, and spades. You have 20 competitors, male or female. They do male ones as well. 5 competitors for each suit, and the Joker, one single competitor who was from the wild card to be the Joker. So they draw like a random suit. So diamonds are first, or clubs are first, or whatever. And then those 5 come out and they start the match. Then after 3 minutes, the next one's drawn, and then the next 5 competitors come out all at once. Goes through all the 4 suits. Then the last one, the Joker, they come out last.
So you get eliminated by being thrown over the top rope and both feet hitting the floor. I think considering these matches can be very long, there wasn't really a slow moment.
Not really, no.
No. There's obviously going to be waves of more people getting eliminated and then less, or more action in the ring and less. But it was kept pretty steady, I think. Not so steady that it's not believable.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was
pretty good. Lots of people. Some names that we didn't know. There's a wrestler called Sky Blue who was local to the area.
Yeah, she, Julia Hart was attacked on Dark on Saturday night, so she was pulled from it because she wasn't cleared. I don't know whether she has an actual injury or whether it's just part of the storyline. I don't know. But Sky Blue replaced her. So in order of entry, we've got the clubs were drawn first. So that was Hikaru Shida, Sky Blue, Emi Sakura, The Bunny, and Abaddon. That's a pretty well-rounded sort of first 5, to be fair. I mean, Hikaru Shida was champion for a year.
Yes.
Women's champion. Abaddon's just Abaddon. I don't really know how else to describe Abaddon. You cross Freddy Krueger with the girl from The Ring. That's Abaddon.
Yeah, that's probably the closest you'll get.
Yeah.
Obviously
the Bunny. She's getting really better. She's getting better, to be fair. She had a few matches recently. They haven't really been giving her many matches in the last few months, but she has been getting. Emi Sakura we've not seen in a while as well.
Yeah.
Which obviously she's Japanese.
Oh, honey.
And Rex, come here.
You're going to sit on this one, Rex.
Come and sit on this one. There
yes.
we go. So we had a couple of eliminations at that point, I believe.
Yes.
And then the Diamond suit was drawn next, and that was the returning Anna Jay from the Dark Order, Kiera Hogan, Kylan King, Diamante, and Nyla Rose. That's when all the bodies really start flying, I believe, because Nyla Rose is a bit of a beast.
Nyla eliminated 3 people in a row.
Yeah. I think Cargill had a couple when she got in as well.
Yes.
So next up then was Hearts. I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. Thunder Rosa, Penelope Ford, Riho, we've not seen for a little while, Jamie Hayter, and Big Swole.
Riho and Big Swole, I think I would have liked to see in there longer. They didn't last very long.
Well, there's still that contention that Riho didn't go over the top, so...
Yeah, it did look. I suppose
even the commentators mentioned it.
We didn't see how she got onto the outside, but it did look as if she went from under the bottom row.
Yeah, I don't know. Weird.
But the refs called it.
Yeah.
Refs are the refs.
So, just as the spades are coming out, or just before the spades are coming out, you've got Penelope Ford and the Bunny beating up Anna Jay, because they've had a bit of a thing with Ty Conti, and then Anna Jay come up with the Zero Dynamite, so they're sort of double teaming her. Next up in the spade group is Ty Conti, just belts it straight down to the ring to save her friend. Red Velvet, Legit Layla Hurst, Jade Cargill, and Rebel, not Reba. That's the last of the normal 20 people who we know are in this Casino Battle Royale.
So yeah, like you said, Jade Cargill.
Rags.
Eliminated 1 person here and then 2 more as soon as the
was it
Joker was
Layla
gone.
Hirsch, wasn't it? Because she lifted up Layla Hirsch and body pressed Hirsch, just went
dumped her.
What the hell?
Dumped her heartlessly.
Fair play. Jade did seem to have a bit of trouble with her outfit as well, so that was fun.
Yeah. Oh, poor woman. You could tell she was adjusting it. And I will, I did comment on how she was adjusting it, and it looked like there was, I think she had tape on for modesty, which is a good thing. It was great that she had tape on. But yeah, you could see the tape, which probably wasn't the intention. And then when she did get eliminated,
it almost kind of looked like it popped. Yeah.
The cameraman moved away pretty quick, and the tape was there, so it wasn't as bad as some accidents that have happened.
Oh boy.
The wrestling community, the wrestling business have learned from their mistakes. I think that's the best.
Certain companies have, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so last one then is the Joker, number 21. Leanne?
The crowd knew who it was going to be.
Yeah,
or
they were
hoped,
chanting the
I
name.
suppose.
They were chanting the name before she even turned up.
Ruby Soho.
Formerly Ruby Riot.
Yeah. And her outfit was amazing.
I don't know about the hair colour though.
I think it suits her.
I think it might. If it was a darker red, it might suit her better.
It's sort of a plummy red sort of.
I think it was more like a burgundy kind of colour.
Yeah, it's the same sort of plummy burgundy, similar.
Yeah.
But with sort of darker roots, like black roots. I quite liked it.
And you could tell as soon as she sort of come out of the ramp as well. She was kind of like, okay, not quite expecting that crowd reaction, but okay, here we go.
She had on the back of her jacket, Destination AEW.
Yeah.
And on his shorts it said Runaway.
Yeah, the Runaway. That's cool. Anyone who follows Ruby Soho on Twitter, they've done these little sort of 2-minute videos the last couple of weeks where she's a runaway almost. And the music is in that. Ruby Soho, the theme song is the theme song she's using for AEW. So
sorry, I want to read my notes.
Right, stop it.
Oh, he's mad.
He's testy tonight.
Ruby comes out.
Yeah.
And it's some really good spots.
Yeah.
She teams up with Thunder Rosa to try and eliminate Nyla Rose.
Yeah.
It doesn't
doesn't
quite work. But then Thunder Rosa manages to do it on her own, so that's great.
She kind of pulls the rope down as she's running towards
her. Yeah, so she can barrel over.
And then I think she hits or kicks. Oh, it was like a shotgun drop kick, wasn't it?
Yeah, because Nyla ended up on the outside, but still holding on.
So if you go over the ropes and you're on the apron, you're not eliminated.
You can
still come back in. But if at that point you don't get back in the ring and you get knocked off, you're eliminated.
So yeah, that was good. And then we ended up with Thunder Rosa and Ruby Soho, and they clicked.
Yeah,
they
really gelled.
I want to see these two in a full match, just those two.
They
almost had it with this because they had enough time together.
I surmised that it would be really cool if they both hit the floor at the same time.
Yeah.
And then had a proper match on the contendership. I think that would have worked better.
Yeah. There were some edge of the seat moments. They were both on the apron.
Edge of the apron moments.
Both hitting each other, and then they were legs all akimbo, trying to get back onto the apron, and then the next one would be almost falling off.
Yeah.
And
I think Ruby started off with the skin in the cat, with just sort of dangling there.
Both doing some risky stuff that, if it goes slightly wrong, you're eliminating yourself.
Yeah.
But they made it was really effective. And then...
The tablecloth it?
I've tried. He tries to bite me, and then Ruby does eliminate Thunder Rosa and takes the win. Oh, thank you. Yeah.
I sacrificed myself for your notes.
Yeah, so it's a great end to the match. A real edge of the seat moment. And I definitely want to see more of Ruby and Thunder Rosa together.
Yeah.
But also Ruby in matches with some of the other women. See what she does with Jade Cargill, maybe. I think she could give her a run for her money, for sure.
Yeah.
But obviously, she's going to get a match with Dr. Britt Baker, D.M.D, for the title.
Yeah.
So that would be cool.
They didn't announce when, but they might keep it to Full Gear. They might just give it a couple of weeks and then put it on Dynamite. I don't know.
But she's got a title shot, so good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to say about the...
No, that's you pretty much cover that.
Whoop whoop. Next, MJF versus Chris Jericho.
The little bastard.
Oh, yeah. He's starting with the entrances.
So, okay. Anyone who watched Dynamite from Wednesday night and knows anything about Chris Jericho... I put it in the card. And knows anything about Chris Jericho, he made his debut in Chicago on Monday Night Raw in, I think it was 99. I think it was about August, July, August. And it starts off, The Rock's in the ring, and they've had this count thing going on for a few weeks, like the Millennium Countdown. And then all of a sudden, this kind of clock thing appears on the screen, is counting down. And that turns up at AEW, and it's like, oh, he's channeling his Y2J days. He's like, his Raw is Jericho, his Y2J is like 15, 14, 13. It goes all the way down. The crowd's like, yeah, yeah. And then it goes black. The fireworks go off, just like in WWE or WWF at the time that he did. And then it flashes up with the thing, Jericho's last match. Mm-hmm. And then Jeff music hit, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
He got us all.
He got everyone. He came out wearing...
I can't even say I'm mad because that was genius.
It was pretty good. He comes out wearing
like
regal, a proper king's robe, red with the white...
It reminded me of Freddie's robe.
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger. Freddie Mercury's robe.
Yeah, it's proper
Or he uses that crown on top.
stereotypical king stuff. Because he is full of himself.
Yeah.
That's his entrance. And then Fozzy... Well, Billy Gray from Fozzy.
Yeah, the guitarist.
Comes out and plays Jericho's theme music. The intention, I suppose, was because the crowd would sing. And the crowd did sing loudly.
But they couldn't keep pace.
And they weren't as loud as the guitar.
Yeah.
Which it sort of fell a bit flat. But I imagine being there, it would have had that impact. But watching at home, you didn't get the right sound balance.
Yeah.
But, we could still sing along, so...
Yeah.
It was good. It was a nice moment, because obviously they're making they are holding on to the crowd singing along as being that great moment, because it is. It's such a good song.
And it's potentially, it's Jericho's last time.
Yeah, yeah. I got confused in this match. I got very confused.
Oh, yeah. So just one quick little thing for that was Jericho's entering the arena or entrance or whatever you want to call it. They flash obviously the name card. This is his 2,740th match.
It's crazy.
Just what? 31-year career, because he had established 1990 on his jacket, but 2,740 professional wrestling matches.
That's insane.
Holy crap. That's crazy.
And he's still going.
Anyway, carry on.
So at one point, MJF and Jericho fight their way out of the ring and then start fighting their way sort of into the audience. And I'm sort of like, the ref's not counting. Is this no DQ or falls count anywhere or something? Because we haven't heard anything. Yeah. And I swear I heard the commentators say it's no DQ. So like, oh, that makes sense then. Fair enough. So then Jericho grabs it's a pole,
it's a tension barrier
for holding the
tension
rope thingies. He drags it back to the ring following MJF and just lobs it at him.
Throws it.
So I'm like, okay.
Those things are heavy, man.
Yeah, they're heavy. They're weighted at the bottom, so that's definitely gonna hurt. So like, alright, definitely no DQ match because 100% that would be a disqualification. So, maybe they changed it at some point and we didn't get it.
Yeah.
But then, as the match goes on, different things happen. MJF starts biting Jericho and the ref starts counting. Wait a minute.
Why are they counting? Yeah, if there's no DQ, why?
And then a bit later on, they're out of the ring for a bit. She starts counting them out.
The part where they're out of the ring as well, where Jericho's out and they get it to a 9 count.
Yeah.
And then he jumps back in the ring all of a sudden. And they did the same thing with Kris Statlander.
Yeah.
And they do it again later on. And it's like, right, you're doing this too many times on the show.
Yeah, they repeated that a bit.
I felt that was a bit overdone.
Is calling it too close. But yeah, so then we sort of established that maybe it was never a no DQ match. The commentator, either I misheard them or they got mixed up.
Maybe.
Or the ref was being lenient at the start and I suppose
because of the high stakes of the match, yeah.
Yeah, so I sort of settled with something, but I got so confused for a bit.
Yeah.
And I'm sure other people probably got a bit confused. Probably not as confused as me because I'm a very confused person.
I'd imagine there's a lot of stuff on social media about this, but we haven't been on social media because we've literally finished work, watched this, prepped everything here and started recording this video, so.
Yeah. So, I mean... apart from the confusion, another real good match.
That pop-up powerbomb onto the apron.
Yes.
Hardest part of the ring, don't you?
Hardest part of the ring.
And that was brutal.
Yeah.
That looked like MJF might have actually hurt himself.
Yeah, there was some...
And to be fair, if he didn't, that sell job he did afterwards, god damn, that was good. You know?
Yeah.
So the crowd starts like, oh, boo, boo, and it's like, what the hell's going on here? And so the camera turns and Wardlow's on his way down to the ring.
Yeah.
And then the crowd's like, yeah! It's like, alright, someone else just jumped Wardlow. Who is it? Jake Hager's there as well, so the ref's distracted.
And
All the meanwhile,
other
MJF...
refs came out then as well.
Yeah, so the other refs have come out to try and break up this melee between Wardlow and Hager. All the meanwhile, MJF's crawled his scrawny little ass over to the other corner of the ring, and he's got Jericho's baseball bat, aka Floyd, underneath his body.
Yeah.
He gets up, turns around, and hits Jericho in the face, throws it out of the ring, pins Jericho, and the ref goes down. It's like, 1, 2. Jericho puts his foot on the ropes. 3, ring the bell. Wait, what the hell just happened?
So she was in the wrong position and didn't see his foot on the rope. So the bell rings, MJF's music plays.
Yeah.
Everyone's booing because that is not the outcome
We're
they
just
wanted.
like, what?
And it's like, if that is how Jericho's career in AEW ends, that is terrible.
Yeah, it's absolute BS.
No. But because of Wardlow and Hager having a brawl on the ramp, there were other refs around, and one of them saw what happened, and because they're an official, they can overturn the decision.
Well, they kind of more talked about it, and they were like, yeah, this is what I saw. Jericho's foot was on the rope for the 3 count, and Aubrey was like, all right, cool.
Yeah,
you
because
start the match.
she would have accepted that she wasn't in a position to see whether or not it was, so she can take the other refs.
I'm pretty sure
word
Aubrey's
for
head
it.
ref, so obviously she was deferring
Aubrey's
down
great.
to her. Yeah,
she's
yeah.
so good.
But yeah, they were like, yeah, restart the match,
Yep.
and MJF is just irate, and he even starts pushing Aubrey at one point. And it was so funny because the way the camera was, it was literally just on Aubrey and MJF, and she just pushes him, and he disappears out of shot, and I'm like, is Aubrey Superman?
She might be.
But it turns out Jericho had rolled him up and trying to go for the pin.
Yeah. So they have another bit of a bout.
Another few minutes, yeah.
Yeah, Jericho's obviously got second wind because he's got another chance. He manages to get the walls of Jericho on him.
Really tensions it in as
For
well.
a long time.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
written for a long time.
It was a good, at least a minute. Easy.
MJF held out as long as he could. Tried to get to the ropes, but
Jericho
Jericho
walked him back
bolts
in
him
the middle.
back, and then he holds on for a bit longer. He's like, I can't tap out, but then he taps out.
And he taps out. Jericho's not retiring. Jericho.
Jericho will be wrestling again.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
At this point, I'd like to go to my special segment. Dun 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 dun. Leanne, signs up the pay-per-view! I made a sign.
I shall
You
hold
hold
this
that there. There were some decent signs. Where's my signs list? I think, similar to WWE signs, some people need to get better at doing signs. Need to write in bolder text so that it can be seen. Less writing. If you put a lot of writing on your sign, you're not going to read it and you're not going to make the list. People need to learn. So we'll go to some honourable mentions first. 2.5. Someone had a sign that just said 2.5.
Oh, this is the one time that it caught us and it was so funny.
Quite a lot it happened where the referee gets a 2 count and then the person would kick out. This person holds up 2.5 sign. The timing was a bit off, but it was that one time in the where was it?
Was it Jericho?
Jericho and
it was Jericho and MJF, wasn't it?
Yes, Jericho and MJF match, where the timing was so perfect. It was 1, 2, kick out sign. It was, and we both started laughing. So that one had to make the list in something. I put this in here at this point because I saw this sign at the opening, so it's sort of in the wrong time because the match that it's referring to hasn't happened, but I saw it earlier, so it's the person's fault for showing their sign too soon. So obviously CM Punk has the it's clobbering time thing.
Yeah.
The sign I saw was it's coffin dropping time.
I saw that one. I did see that one. Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah.
And my other honourable mention is Orange Cassidy is okay. I think Orange Cassidy appreciated that so much that he did bring the sign with him as he walks down the ramp during the buy-in. Oh wait, that wasn't that one. That wasn't my honourable mention. Never mind, I'm just swapping the order of what I'm doing. It doesn't matter, they're all good.
Continue.
Third place, during the Battle Royale, talking about, was it Blue Sky?
Sky Blue.
Sky Blue, that one. Hey Sky, I lost my number, can I have yours? Cheesy chat-up lines for the win. I don't think they got her number, but I hope they found their own one. Second place, which may or may not have changed in my order because I messed up, was during Young Bucks and Lucha Bros at the end of their match. This, underlined, is why I love wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Feels. And number one, which I noticed during Kingston versus Miro, my mum hates that I am here. With a crying face.
Really?
Yep, they just felt like we needed to know that, and I appreciate the
Okay.
that relationship, you know?
Okay.
They want us to know their mum hates that they are at a wrestling show. Or, I mean, you could read into it darker, but let's not go.
Yeah, let's not. Okay.
But that's the end of Leanne Signs of the Pay-Per-View. Bryce is confused. Okay, this brings us to the match that the sign that I mentioned in the wrong place is relating to. CM Punk versus Darby Allin.
Boom.
Boom.
Without Sting. That should be without Sting.
He came out with him. They had a good hug, a really nice
Fist bumped
hug.
him first, then a hug.
And then Sting went back, like he said he would.
Yeah.
So that's cool, respecting that.
Yeah.
Another great match.
Yeah. I didn't expect anything less from both of
know.
these guys, though, to be fair.
This was one that I didn't get a huge amount of notes in because I was pretty invested. It had my attention the whole way through.
It kind of felt like an old school 90s match to me in a lot of places.
Yeah.
And even the guys, I think one of the commentators said something along the lines of this feels like a match with Bret Hart.
Yeah.
And I have to agree with that.
That's a huge compliment for both of the guys.
Mm-hmm.
Considering CM Punk hasn't had a match in 7 years.
Yeah.
And Darby Allin is amazing, but...
He's been wrestling less than 7
young.
years.
Yeah. That is a huge compliment, and I
Yeah.
really hope that they can... that they hear
Yeah.
that was said and take that on, because that's really cool. The one thing that I did right was Punk is not prepared for how slippery and bouncy Darby Allin is. He is a slippery and a bouncy fella.
Oh yeah.
It's something, I guess it's his quickness and agility that he can just like slide out of holds. If it's not on quickly enough, he'll just get out of it.
I don't use the word skinny because that's not right. He's quite slender.
Yes. Especially his legs. His legs are super slender. I feel like they're gonna snap.
The one thing that was a bit... What was that Irish whip into the turn post, and he kind of went through sideways.
Yes.
And he slammed into the post itself.
And then hit the ground.
That looked nasty.
Yeah, that looked
and you
really
could see the ref was like,
uh-oh. Yeah, and there are other times, so I've talked about the slippery bit. Also I suppose that goes to show how bouncy he is. But bouncy in ways that would help him as well. I think it was a go to sleep that he took. But literally just like, boing,
oh yeah, he kind of hit
ring.
and bounced out of the ring, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Boing.
You just kind of see Punk then being like...
Because he's got to get him back in, or he can't... Well, I think he actually tried to get the count out.
He just sort of sat in the corner, and waited, and again, it's that whole 8... And he's still on the floor.
Yeah.
9, and he only just gets up and then in the ring. It's like,
in. No problem.
Really again?
Yeah, it's like if you're out for that long that you can't get up, how can you get in that quickly?
I mean, I get the idea of laying there and resting and getting a bit of a second wind almost, but
I would get in at 8 just to make sure.
get up and just be like, right, okay,
Uh-huh.
okay. I'm still resting. Okay. 9. Okay, I'll get back in.
Yeah, and just
You know.
sit up or something.
Yeah, or sit up. Yeah.
Speaking of sitting up.
That's a good segue. Yeah, Darby Allin's known for his coffin drop, which is quite a dangerous move. If you haven't seen it, he goes up to the... Is it second or top? I can't remember. I think it's top, isn't it?
He does either.
Yeah, I think this particular one he went to the top.
Yeah, I think so.
And he sort of just crosses his arms like this and he jumps and drops back to land on the opponent. And as he's doing that, CM Punk just undertakers and just sits up. And Darby Allin, so you got Punk here, Darby coming this way, Punk just sort of sits up and slam, he just slams the mat and Punk's just like...
He's just grinning, like, it worked! I knew what he was doing!
Best in the world, for a reason.
Another great match. Both these guys are so talented and were able to really showcase what they can do.
Both men win.
Yes.
Because they were saying that if Darby Allin wins this, he's a household name. He's still a household name. CM Punk's wrestled for 7 years, and his first match is with Darby Allin. That's not going to get forgotten in any short time. I mean,
CM Punk did win after
GTS.
another go to sleep. Yeah, out of I don't know how many.
Oh, he tried. Maybe he only took 2.
Okay,
but
he
Punk tried
times.
Maybe half a dozen times.
Yeah,
because he had that one where he had him up and he threw him up. But Punk blocked it. Not Punk. Allin blocked it.
Yeah,
so he didn't get the knee in the face.
Yeah.
The other ones, he kind of slid out of them.
So slippery.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Allen's on the ground. CM Punk's having his victory.
He's gone to sleep.
And after a few seconds, the crowd starts a Darby Allin chant. It was like, it's so good because the respect that they had, and this is in CM Punk's hometown, so there were signs all over the place, if CM Punk loses we riot and all this stuff. So this is how invested they are in him. And they chanted for the person who lost to their hero, because his performance instilled that respect in them. And like you said, household name, he's been elevated. Even though he did lose, he put up such a fight and was in the right time at the right place as well, that he's never going to be forgotten. This match is never going to be forgotten.
His career is only going to go upwards and upwards from here.
So then Sting comes out, walks straight up
you
to
kind of see CM Punk is like, what's going on here?
Is he gonna hit me?
Like, I guarantee CM Punk grew up watching Sting on WCW.
And CM Punk puts his hand out for a handshake.
No, Sting puts it up
Sorry,
first.
Sting does. I got it mixed up. I'm so
and then
excited.
Punk shakes his hand and he's like, kudos, respect. And then he goes over and tries helping Allin up. And they he's like, no, I don't need help. And he tries to get up himself and he does. And then again, Punk puts his hand out for the handshake.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
Mutual respect all around.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
So
really
good.
cool. It's really cool.
Good stuff. Okay, next there was an advert for the next pay-per-view.
November
the 13th. Full Gear. It's on a Saturday.
Yes.
And since neither of us work on Sundays, we should be able to get our reactions video up a lot sooner. Yay!
But does
We'll
mean
still be sleeping before we watch
the
it.
predictions aren't going to be tied because of Rampage on a Friday night. But yeah, we'll deal with that.
We'll manage. Don't worry about it.
It's fine.
We'll get that content to you guys.
We'll get it.
13th of November. So expect our predictions video
on the 13th.
On the 13th.
And then the reactions the next day.
Whoop, whoop. Put it in your diaries.
I can't remember what they said it was. I don't think they actually said where it was, actually.
I don't know. If they said, I missed it. I just know it's Full Gear, and I know the date. Yeah, so then we move into Paul Wight versus QT Marshall.
I'm kind of... I don't quite know why they put the match this late on the card after CM Punk and Darby Allin.
Yeah, it was a real tough act to follow.
Unless it's a cool-down match. That's the only thing I think it was a cool-down match.
That makes sense, I think.
But yeah.
It was short.
It wasn't a squash match.
No, it wasn't.
But yet it almost was. It was very close. It was on that tightrope of being a squash match.
QT got moves in.
Yeah. Fair play, he knocked him over a few times.
He looked strong because he was able to get Paul Wight down to the mat. Not just to his knees.
Actually
fully
flat
down,
on his back, yeah.
Which
even went
takes
for a pinfall.
lot.
Yeah.
I mean, it's... When you see Paul Wight on his own is one thing. When you see him next to a wrestler and they're facing off, you really see how massive he is. He is a giant. He's such a nice guy, though.
Yes.
He's such a nice guy.
If anyone likes comedy and the good side of things like that, he did do the Big Show on Netflix.
A good old American sitcom.
It's quite tongue-in-cheek, but it's quite homely, it's quite nice.
It's fun, it's sort of feel-good TV.
Yeah.
So give it a watch if you like it. And if you like him, because...
Who doesn't like Paul Wight?
I know.
Like I get out of the habit of calling him Big Show.
I know.
No more BS.
No more BS.
As he says.
So yeah, I've written down Paul Wight does his thing and wins after a choke slam.
He does his thing.
Manages to hoist QT up in the air by the throat, slams him down. No one's getting up from that. At least not yet. They'll probably get
plenty of
someone
shenanigans from the factory. It was Aaron Solo and Nick Camarado, but Big Show, Paul Wight was just like, nah, mate, don't think so.
No.
Like those slaps. Oh, he sort of rips his shirt off, sticks him in the corner. He's like, shh, bam. Oh, I would not want to take one of those.
I know.
Oh.
And it's not a knee slap or anything like that. That is genuine hand to chest slapping. Oh. So yeah, quite short, but I mean, it's sort of what you want from a Paul Wight match. I don't think it would benefit from going on much longer, really.
No.
You just want a bit of back and forth, and then Paul Wight does his thing. Yeah. Choke slam. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much what you need, right?
Yep. Good stuff. All right, next we got a promo from Malachi Black.
Yeah.
Towards
Dustin Rhodes. Dustin, what are you getting yourself in for, mate? Honestly.
Why would you voluntarily go in for a match with Malachi Black after seeing what he can do?
You're gonna eat foot. You're gonna eat black mass. Whoa. You're gonna join the House of Black.
Malachi Black is so good at promos.
Oh yeah.
And the whole atmosphere, the settings that he does them in. I got chills from this.
Like the full smoke, and then as he's about to end it, the sort of smoke just kind of blows off. I'm wondering if they had some sort of silent fan or something blowing.
And he just sort of
fades into the black
background.
Oh, so good.
Oh, so good. Good stuff.
I'm looking forward to that. So they're having a match on Dynamite. I'm super excited for this.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how long Dustin will last.
Yeah, I think probably a bit longer than Shoddy Lee Johnson.
Yeah, I think they'll probably build up the length of matches with Malachi Black. They've established him as like superpower. Yeah. And then
I mean, you say that Cody had a good sort of maybe 10 minutes. Brock Anderson, not so much. Shoddy Lee, not so much.
So now they need another decent length one.
But the thing is with Dustin, he's like 6'4", 6'5".
Yeah,
he's a big country farm boy, you know.
I mean, Malachi's not that short.
Well, no, but I mean, Dustin's got the mass to him as well.
Mass.
Whereas Malachi's quite, again, slim. He's slender.
Yeah,
he's all about the kicks. He's got those long legs, but Dustin's got the bulk. So if Dustin can powerhouse him, he might have some good offense in.
Keep him close so we can't get those kicks in.
But no, Malachi's going to wreck him. He's going to absolutely crush him.
Definitely.
But yeah. Anyway.
Oh, it's main event time.
Oh, main event.
Kenny Omega versus Christian Cage.
For the AEW World title.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I mean, good stuff. It was Kenny, so it was going to be good. Again, this is one I didn't write much for because of...
it's the investment.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things with pay-per-views and things. I'm invested, with this one I was invested from the start, but it does sort of build up that excitement. And I suppose it's partly in the way that they book the matches, sort of the order they put them in.
Yeah.
And with the cool-down match and a really good promo and then straight into the main event, it's like, you can't look away.
Yeah.
And that's something that AEW has got right. They've done it really well. So have you got much to say about this one?
I mean, it started quite good from the start in terms of even before the bell rang. When the Justin's doing the introduction, Justin Roberts, and he's like, "Here's the champion," and I can't remember what he said now. He sounded like he had a pastor or something from whatever it was. But then Kenny's there, and he's got the world title belt, and he's just dangling in front of him like a little carrot.
Yeah,
I really love that sort of.
It's teasing, isn't it?
I'm a dick, yeah, but I've got this.
I've got this, and you're not gonna get it. Yeah.
But yeah, Christian Cage wearing that Impact title, the only person to beat Kenny Omega in a match
another, like,
for 18 months.
I've got this one. What makes you think I can't get that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. What I did right was that there was a great back and forth in this match.
Oh, yeah.
But I felt that at every turn, Kenny outshone Christian. It was sort of...
go on.
It felt like... I mean, Christian's got so much talent, and they worked really well together, but I felt like I didn't see Christian as much as Kenny, because I guess he's got that big personality, and he's doing one-liners every time he does a move kind of thing. And it just ended up being all Kenny for me, I think. But that might just be...
I think the problem with Christian, and I like Christian, I always have, I think he's a great athlete. He has this Captain Charisma sort of moniker.
He doesn't have that much charisma.
I think it was in Impact Wrestling, he went to Impact Wrestling and they kind of forced the Captain Charisma. I don't think he does. Christian suffers from Edge syndrome.
Yeah.
He will always be known as the guy who is Edge's shadow. And I hate to say it, because Christian is a Hall of Famer. He is worth that sort of accolade, and he's been in the business for years, and he is good, but he's not as good as an Edge or a Kenny Omega or a Malachi Black. You know, those kind of guys.
Yeah.
The ones who should be. Like, imagine Kenny Omega fighting Malachi Black. That's going to be, as JR would say, a slobber knocker.
Oh, yes.
But you just have your eyes glued to that screen constantly. We wouldn't have notes because you'd just be like, what is going on? Between the V-triggers and the knees from Malachi Black and the Black Mass and the wing... Just, so many different things.
Yeah.
But I feel that Christian's not quite at that plateau.
No. I think, because in the predictions video, I think what I said then, I'm sort of seeing this match makes me believe it more, that Christian would be great in a mentor role as a support. I know that sounds really harsh, but he's got so much experience and he does have so much talent that because of the difference in personality, I mean, either he needs to maybe change up the character, but that's really difficult for someone who's so established. Yeah. That maybe he could be training or mentoring in character in the show other teams or wrestlers.
Or put him in a tag team.
Yeah. Get him a tag team.
So,
and maybe he can be the main one.
So imagine then, right, because they've had a bit of a history recently in AEW as well. What if Hardy Family Office turn on Matt Hardy because he's taking too much of their money, and Christian's the one that comes to his aid?
Yeah.
So then you've got Edge and Christian versus the Hardy Boys is one of the best tag team feuds ever in the business. Obviously the Dudleys are in there as well, but of those the teams, those are the ones that generally were there first. Yeah. So you'd have one half of Edge and Christian, you'd have one half of the Hardys.
That's interesting.
Matt's got the charisma, the talk, the gift of the gab.
Yeah.
Christian's got some great abilities. Matt Hardy does as well. Yeah. But I think they would gel really well together.
Yeah, that's
as
interesting.
A team. Imagine that.
Yeah. There were some really good spots in the match, saying that.
So many. V-Trigger Central.
So V-Triggers everywhere. Had some stuff with the tables. Where
Oof.
It was a nasty one.
That was a nasty bump, yeah.
So yeah, they ended up going off the ring apron into the table. Table smashes. But the legs of the table is sort of a bar across that holds the legs, came through the table, and from the look of it, whacked Christian in the ribs. So he's bleeding from that, and who knows what else
as soon as he
got.
hits the deck, he's like, oh.
Yeah.
And you could see him kind of doing this.
It's at least going to be bruised ribs, if nothing else.
I wouldn't be surprised if he did bruise them,
Yeah, so he was...
You'd be lucky if he didn't crack them.
Yeah. He
but then
he sold it well,
with the crack
but kept on going, so that was good. They both hit that hard.
Yeah, Kenny, I think, took a kind of brunt on the edge, didn't he? So.
Yeah. Christian ended up bleeding from the mouth as well.
And then Don Catalyst pulls off his jacket. And he's trying to fan Kenny.
Don Catalyst.
It's like, mate, what the hell are you
That's
doing?
really, really going to help. Yeah, good job.
Numbnuts.
Such a dingus.
Dingus.
I think he's a dingus.
I mean, as you say, there's a lot of spots. I think Christian hit the Unprettier at one point, and Kenny kicked out. Shenanigans happened. The Good Brothers trying to run in. One of them distracts the ref. I think it's Carl Anderson, while Doc Gallows sort of nails Christian. Holds Christian for a V-trigger. Christian ducks out the way, Doc Gallows eats a V-trigger.
Yep.
And it just kind of broke down a little bit from there. But ultimately, Kenny sort of stops Christian from doing a big move on the top, spins it around, sticks him on top of his arm. Oh, sorry, Christian was trying to get the unprettier from the top, or the kill switch from the top. I gotta stop calling him unprettier. The kill switch from the top. And Kenny kind of reverses it into a one-winged angel from the top, or also known as an avalanche one-winged angel. There's no kicking out from that.
No.
Nobody's kicking out from that.
It's such a great move.
1, 2, 3. Still your champ.
Kenny wins.
My boy Kenny Omega. Yes!
It was really good. So, being the Elite, the rest of the Elite come out and they start beating on Christian, which, as they would.
Yeah.
So then the usual suspects, Jurassic Express, come out to help.
Usual suspects.
But it's not enough. The Elite get the upper hand over Jurassic Express and they're beating everyone up.
Yep.
The crowd are chanting, yes, 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 because they are pretty certain they know what's going to happen.
Everyone in that crowd's like, yeah, he's here, we want him, bring him out, here we go.
Lights go
Pitch black. Some really pretty nice riffy heavy metal kind of music starts playing. Who is it, Leanne?
Adam Cole!
Baby! Like, holy what a swerve.
They faked everyone out.
Yeah, that was amazing. And, and he's got a shirt, all elite, baby, and it's just like...
So,
yes!
Adam Cole has a history with the Elite.
Oh, yeah.
Quite a mixed history, I think.
Yeah.
I haven't seen
well, he used
enough
to be
of the being the Elite stuff.
He used to be in Bullet Club with the Elite in New Japan, in Ring of Honor. And there was a point where I believe it was Kenny was like, yeah, we need to kill him off because his contract was expiring in Ring of Honor, and they wrote it into the Being the Elite show. So they kind of poisoned his favorite kind of flavor of, I think it was Monster, or it might have been Rockstar. I think it was Monster, and they poisoned it, and he drinks it, and then next thing you see, he's just sort of dead on the floor in the corridor of this building, and he's like, oh, Kenny's dead. Okay, cool. We did it. Okay, cool. Okay, and then that was it. And then sort of like the next week he's appearing on NXT. And everyone's like, oh my god, Adam Cole's in NXT. Fast forward to last night.
Yeah, so Adam Cole gets in the ring, faces up to Kenny Omega.
Well, he does the whole...
Oh, yes.
Adam Cole, baby. And the crowd's going absolutely bonkers.
They did not expect this.
No.
Then he's facing up to Kenny and basically sort of yelling, you know what you did, and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So we're just there like, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna try and take on the whole of the Elite?
I'm like, I think I know what's gonna happen here. I'm sure I know what's gonna happen.
Jungle Boy stands up.
Poor Jungle Boy.
Trying to sort of petition for help. Adam Cole super kicks him.
Yes.
Adam Cole is
Elite.
So... Then you've still got Christian and the Jurassic Express sprawled around the ring. Obviously, Jungle Boy has now been super kicked, so he's like extra out of it. The Elite are just sort of enjoying themselves. Kenny starts having a bit of a mouth off to the crowd.
As if
They're going to send you home happy.
Yeah.
And starts his I don't know how it goes.
I bid you adieu. So was it goodbye? Mwah, good night, bang! But he doesn't quite get all the way.
No, the lights go out again.
And Flight of the Valkyries starts.
I think it's Flight of the Bumblebee.
Is it Flight of the Bumblebee?
I think it's the Bumblebee. I could be wrong.
I think it's Valkyries, you know. I don't know.
I think that's
Either way. Yeah, and the crowd just absolutely loses their mind because guess who it is?
Yes.
Daniel Bryan, aka
Bryan Danielson.
Like I said, they would.
Yeah, so he's going by his actual name now.
Yeah, the American
Daniel Bryan is probably
copyrighted. Yeah. That's one thing with Adam Cole. I'm pretty sure Adam Cole is his actual name.
Yeah,
so WWE can't really copyright a proper name.
Nope.
So yeah, he's gone back to his Bryan Danielson moniker from when Ring of Honor and when he was in the independent scene. I'm wondering if he's going to bring back that American Dragon moniker as well.
Yeah,
like maybe. The American Dragon, Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see where he goes. So he comes out, gets to the ring, and helps the Jurassic Express.
Clean house.
And then they brawl. They have a big brawl in the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
Which is what we all like to see at the end of a pay-per-view.
Yeah. You would like to see the end of a pay-per-view? Good night. Goodbye. Bang. That's what should have happened.
Oh, yeah, but Bryan Danielson...
Stupid Bryan Danielson.
This just opens things up for more...
The crowd's not going to go home happy anymore because Kenny didn't do his thing.
You're not going home happy.
I'm
Everyone
already
else
home and I'm already unhappy.
You're always unhappy.
Whoa! Is there any doubt why?
Rude.
Let's talk about this one.
So, I mean, interestingly, Bryan Danielson didn't do any yes-yes-essing, but he was nodding along to the crowd doing it. So I'm wondering if they're going to sort of try and phase that out of his new character.
I think that's probably copyrighted.
Probably.
Knowing
So
Vince.
they can't stop the crowd doing it, but he can't encourage it or do it himself, I suppose.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll find his own little gimmick and put a spin on something.
Yeah, but the crowd's always going to do, at least for a long time, they'll be doing yes.
Well, if he establishes something new,
Yeah,
they'll
can
follow that a
overtake
lot
it.
quicker.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of AEW fans are being disillusioned by WWE, and I think they want to get away from that.
But AEW
stuff.
pick up chants, like, they'll just, like, make a chant out of anything. If someone says it twice in a row, they will start chanting it. Anything.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Bryan Danielson does, if he sort of tags on with the Jurassic Express.
What
I'm
if...
not sure, because I know he's, in his own life, he's into sort of eco stuff and nature and things, so it might be a good fit, but I'm not sure.
What if this is the tag team partner Christian needs?
Maybe. Oh, that could be a good team.
Might be.
I think Daniels...
I think...
He hasn't got huge charisma, but he's got the crowd. He can get the crowd going.
He can definitely go.
Yeah.
But I think the problem, and why I didn't particularly like Daniel Bryan so much in WWE, was because Vince was protecting him too much. He wouldn't let him go. He wouldn't take those kid gloves off.
Yeah.
I think being in AEW, he knows his restrictions, his limits, and I think he'll do a lot better there.
Yeah.
He'll almost like be back on the independent scene in his days before he left the independents.
Well, we'll be watching closely anyway.
Yeah.
Now, I would go through our predictions and see
Has he
how
been,
he did.
I think he's been drooling on it because there's a little wet patch.
Oh, Rex! He's on our predictions, so...
And I think we got most of them right.
I think so. Obviously, we had some
I had CM Punk
differences.
over Allin, and you had Allin over CM
Yeah,
Punk.
so I lost that one.
But then I had Young Bucks.
And I had Lucha Bros.
Yeah.
They're the only matches we can see.
I think they're the only ones we deviated on, I think.
And the first one, which I got.
Oh, yeah, and we both had the Battle Royale run.
Yes.
But then this is good, because it's not as predictable.
Yeah, this
You know,
is what
and
we
again,
want.
Going back to Craig, he was saying it was hard to call as well.
Craig.
You know, because that's what it should be. You don't want to go into the event being like, well, I know what this is going to happen, that's going to happen with this, but that, blah, 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 blah. Like I can do pretty much on a monthly basis with WWE.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't been watching wrestling for very long. I've maybe
2 years?
2 years, three, no longer than 2 years. Must be 3-4 years.
It might be coming up to 3.
Possibly.
Maybe 3.5, yeah. I'm sorry,
he
did I
has
touch
drooled
that?
on it.
Did I touch that bit? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I haven't been watching for very long, but considering the amount of pay-per-views WWE do, I've seen quite a few by now. And I will honestly say this is the best one that I have seen. Obviously, I haven't got a lot to compare it to, but in the last couple of years, with AEW and WWE, which is my base, this is the best one I've seen.
This pay-per-view was bigger for me than WrestleMania this year.
Yeah, for sure.
The matches were more interesting. The build-up was a lot more interesting. It wasn't just some drawn-out tat.
There were multiple matches that could have been main events. Not just in who was wrestling who, but in the in-ring
caliber
action.
of the actual match, yeah.
I mean,
so
it was amazing.
Okay, so what? Let's just sort of start winding this down because it's obviously gone a bit long. What's your favourite match of the night? I think I already know the answer.
My favourite match was Young Bucks versus Lucha Bros.
I think I have to agree.
It just... It was
it's so good.
the epitome of tag team wrestling, in my opinion. It was flawless.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to agree with that.
Yeah. We agree on something.
Yeah. So good. And like I predicted the Young Bucks, and I would have liked to have seen the Elite keep the titles.
Yeah.
But I'm not upset that the Luchas won it because they
No.
fought hard. They were a great team. They're both fantastic talents.
Yeah.
And they deserve it. They actually deserve it.
Yeah.
The beating that they took and the blood that was shed. My God.
They earned it. And
Like,
it'll
as
be...
soon as Penta got the belt and he just went like that and he pulled it away, it was just smeared with blood. And it's like, huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'll be interesting to see the direction that the tag team division goes in from here and what matches we get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm excited.
Looking forward to this.
Yay!
But yeah.
It's good to be excited about wrestling.
I know, right?
So that being said, thank you so much for watching. Obviously, there have been many other videos reacting to the pay-per-view before we had a chance to get ours out, so thank you so much for sticking with us and watching R1. I know it's because of the signs bit. Let us know what your favourite match was if you've seen this pay-per-view.
If you haven't, you've just ruined it for yourself.
Oh yeah, so many spoilers. But
even so, go and watch it anyway, because it's worth it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, our descriptions of them, we've probably missed out a load of stuff.
Oh yeah, it's this was quite a long one. I think it's the longest AEW pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It was like 3 hours 47, something like that. Not
Quite
including
long.
the pre-show, the buy-in.
I mean, you can fast forward through adverts and stuff. Not adverts, the...
Yeah, the entrances and stuff, I guess, if you're not into that, but...
Just watch the matches. It's good stuff. Although the entrances have been good too.
Yeah.
So yeah, leave us a comment if you want to. Like the video if you enjoyed it. If you like these videos, we know that you like them and we will do more. If there's other stuff wrestling related that you'd like to see us do, let us know in the comments. Because we'd like to know what we can do to make you guys happy.
Yep.
Subscribe to
Let
the
us
channel.
know what you want to see.
Yeah. We'd like to know what you want. Subscribe, hit that bell to get notifications when we drop new videos, and follow us on socials. Our details are in the video description below.
Boom.
Great, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Do you want to sign us off?
I bid you adieu. Goodbye. Good night. Bang.